COVID-19 loan application free, says CBN. The Central Bank of Nigeria on Monday said the COVID-19 loan applications are free. In a statement signed by its directors of the corporate communication Isaac Carver, CBN said it had received reports in the social media circle that loan seekers and owners of the small-scale businesses who apply for loans provided a caution the effects of the COVID-19 are required to pay certain amount of the application processing fees. Iraq suspended router for 3 months over reports on coronavirus cases. The license of the Reuters news agency has been suspended by the Iraqi government after they published a story claiming the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in the country was higher than numbers officially reported. According to the Iraq media regulator, it was revoking router licenses for 3 months and handling them a fine of 25 million dinars for what it is said was the agent's violations of the rules of the media broadcasting. Court grant Carveton pilots passenger berths after defying lockdowns order in Rivers. Two pilots and 10 passengers of Carveton helicopter remanded for floating the executive orders of the Rivers State government to check spread of the coronavirus have been granted bail by Port Harcourt Magistrate Court. Chief Magistrate D.D. Ihua Madueyi, in granting the bails, Tuesday ordered that both pilots Samuel Ugojis and Samuel Buhari must present a surety who must be a management staff of the Carveton to sign a bail bond of 1 million naira each. For the two accused must own a landed property in Port Harcourt and ensure that both accused attended trials. Donald Trump stops U.S. funding to WHO for covering the coronavirus with China. On Tuesday, April 14, President Donald Trump announced that his country has ended the funding of the World Health Organization over its roles in severely mismanaged and covering up the spread of coronavirus. According to Trump, the UN agency failed in its basic duties and a review is currently being conducted. He also added that the most dangerous and costly decision from the WHO was its disastrous decisions to oppose travel restrictions from China and other nations. Lockdown will open food kitchen in 57 council, feed 100,000 youth daily, Sanwo-Olu declares. Lagos State government has pledged to caution the effect of the coronavirus lockdowns on the residents. Lagos residents, Governor Sanwo-Olu said on Tuesday, April 14, that his government will open food kitchen in 57 councils across the state to feed 100,000 people on a daily basis. Sanwo-Olu also said that cash will be distributed to 250,000 vulnerable residents of the state. Coronavirus. Nigeria recorded highest increase in 24 hours as NCDC announced new cases. 11 new cases of the coronavirus has been announced by the Nigerian Center for Disease Control (NCDC), and now the new cases barely 2 hours after early reporting 19 cases. The Friday announcement means Nigeria recorded the highest increase in COVID-19 cases within 24 hours as 11 cases were reported in Lagos. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control on Tuesday night, April 14, announced 11 cases of the coronavirus, bringing the total number of COVID-19 cases to 373 in Nigeria. Coronavirus. Ogun State relaxes lockdown. Governor Abiodun explained details. Ogun State government has pledged to comply with the federal government on coronavirus lockdown extensions. Governor Abiodun made this news on Tuesday, April 14, in a statement issued by his media. Abiodun, however, relaxed the lockdowns in the state for some days to allow the residents to buy the needed items following President Buhari's order to extend the coronavirus lockdowns by 14 days, the Ogun State government has pledged to ensure compliances with the directives. Die-hard fans named newborn baby boy after Davido, singer rehoused. A Nigerian man recently became the father of a bouncing baby boy has named him after singer Davido. The man, identified on Twitter as Amamiko, revealed he named his son David due to his love for the singer Davido. Has since reacted to the news, revealing he may do something grand for the man if he shows proof of what he claims. Nigerian singer David Adeleke is no doubt one of the most loved musicians in Nigeria, and it isn't just for his music but his eagerness to help those around him, as he clearly believes people rise by lifting others. COVID-19. Trump says airline rescue plans coming soon. U.S. President Donald Trump said his administration will present a plan this week to save the flagging airline industry, which is facing vastly reducing the business as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. As it is aside, the U.S. president did not, however, many details about the packaging during his daily coronavirus task force press briefings. We will probably be putting out proposal and giving airlines companies some of the duties, some very powerful details over the weekend, he said. He did not rule out direct conversations with individual airlines in the coming days. Ogun to suspend lockdown 3 days on Friday. Ogun State Governor Dr. Abiodun on Tuesday said the current relaxation of the lockdown in the state from 7 to 2 will be suspended on Friday. The governor also said the tax will soon commence strict enforcement of wearing of face masks in the public, saying it will help flatten the spread of coronavirus. The governor, in the statement by his chief press secretary, Kunle Shomori, urged the residents of the state to consider the extensions announced by the president on Monday, a necessary sacrifice to defeat an invisible and deadly enemy. Governor Fintiri lifts restrictions in Adamawa. Governor Fintiri of Adamawa State has lifted restrictions in intrastate movement as a major part of the lockdown he imposed on the state 2 weeks ago. He said in a review broadcast Tuesday evening that following impressive compliances to regulate of the initial lockdown, he concluded on the safety of relaxing some of the mayor. The governor directed civil servants who have been asked to work from home in the spirit of the initial lockdown to resume work Wednesday, but that all schools will remain shut till further notice. China approves two coronavirus vaccines for human trial. As China battles to contain imported cases and prevent the second wave of the COVID-19, an early-stage human test for two experimental coronavirus vaccines has been approved in the country. The experimental vaccines are being developed by a Beijing-based unit of Sinovac Biotech and by the Wuhan Institute of Biological Products, an affiliate of state-owned China National Pharmaceutical Group. State news agency Xinhua reported on Tuesday. Al Jazeera's Sarah Clark, reporting from Hong Kong, said China National Health Commission also confirmed the trial will go ahead. As is discharged 7 COVID-19 patients. 7 patients have been at the COVID-19 Isolation and Treatment Center in the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital wards have been discharged, bringing to 18 the total number of the people discharged so far. They were discharged late Tuesday, having satisfied all necessary protocols preparatory to their being certified COVID-19 free. We are happy to announce that the 7 patients were discharged from the UATH Isolation Center, Gwalada, today. Joe Biden accused of sexual assault campaign rehouse. A former H2 press Zunchi's Democratic presidential nominee, Joe Biden, has in several media interviews accused him of sexual assault nearly 30 years ago when he was a U.S. Senator, an assertion that Biden campaign has strongly denied. Tara Reid, who worked briefly as a staff assistant in the Biden Senate office from December 1992 to August 1993, told the New York Times, The Washington Post, and other news outlets that Biden pinned her against a wall in 1993 and reached under her skirt and skirt. A campaign spokesperson for Biden, the former vice president, said in a statement on Tuesday that the accusation was false. So for more news from us, you can subscribe to our channel below. Remain blessed.